Hello and welcome to another soup introduction. This time we're gonna do it what Mufasa looks like. Here, Mufasa. There you go, boy. So this soup is unique. It's special. I've done kind of the same startup as the previous soup, the hamburger meat with the veggies, but I didn't put any meat in this one. I wanted to see if the meat makes a big difference, and it really actually, to me, it tasted a little bit better. Maybe it's just because of this hamburger patty was frozen. If it had been fresh, maybe it would have been a different outcome, but still, I craved veggies with beef flavor, and that's what I got. Okay, that's what I got. Mufasa, I'm gonna move this down a little bit. Here you go, right here, right here, right here. Hey, 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 right here. He's lost. He's a little bit slow. Mufasa, right here. There you go. Go on. Don't be afraid. So anyway, the soup is great. Can't wait to have me 2 of those cups that you just saw, and enjoy the rest of it. And what I noticed with soups is that the next day and the day after, it tastes even better. Tastes even better. So I can't wait to see what it's going to taste like the next day and the day after, because usually a soup, at least in this kitchen, won't last more than 3 days. If it's done right, it's consumed fast. Okay, moving on. Please use my recipe as a base for your startup recipe. If you want to do the soup like I did, go ahead. I don't measure anything. You've seen how I do it with my hand, with the little, cup measuring thingy that I have in the salt for that. I don't really know exactly how it's going to turn out. Every soup is new, every soup is different, so that is guaranteed. The taste won't be the same. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm watching Smokey right now because he's right next to the camera. Smokey, go over there. You see that? He's already moved it. Okay, I'm gonna end this now. Y'all stop fighting over treats. There's plenty for everybody. Lana, come here. Lana. Lana. I don't understand. Baby? That was funny. It actually hit the edge of the couch, and he thought it was going one way, and it went over his face and kind of to his left. It was funny. So thank you for watching. To all the new subscribers, I see you. Thank you for helping me grow this channel, and I hope that I will continue to be able to bring these clips to YouTube so that you can try soups at home. And believe me when I tell you, the best soup you'll ever have is the one you make at home with your own ingredients and you know what's in it, right? So if one day I'll open a restaurant and make these soups on the go, kind of like I've discussed earlier in the video, you'll be invited to come join me at my restaurant, but we don't know when that's going to happen. It'll take a miracle and someone with a whole lot of money to make that happen. Anyway, God bless you. Take care of yourselves and be kind to others. Thank you for watching. Okay, we are on again for another soup made from leftovers from last time. If you remember, I had a whole cabbage, only used half, so I've got these 2 quarters. I'm going to use those today. Cucumber, bell pepper and a half still. Tomatoes, the little tiny tomatoes, cherry tomatoes from the garden. Haven't used those. Oh, they smell good. celery leftover. I'm not going to let this stay anymore because, I mean, it's at a point where it has to be used. I don't want to prolong this here. And I've cut some potatoes, and I just want to bring this to your attention. There was like a tiny black hole on both sides, and I didn't catch that at first, but I think that was a worm that went through here. But you can see, I started cutting with the knife here and here. Then I sliced the potato in half, and sure enough, there was a trench all the way through. So I cleaned that trench too. That's why you see that bigger gap. So make sure you clean your potatoes good, and yeah, don't want to cook any worms with it. Okay, so for this soup today, this is what I'm thinking. This is something kind of similar to what we did last time. I want to do the same thing, vegetable focused. And instead of hamburger meat like I did before, I want to leave the hamburger meat out. But I'm going to bring the chipotle, better than bouillon, and the beef flavor. In fact, let me bring those out now so you can see them again. And they're going to be used anyhow. Okay, so this is what we're using. Smoky chipotle, right? Better than bouillon. And then this is roasted beef base. Both of these I'm going to put in there. Last night I put some bacon in the oven, and I saved the bacon fat because I intended to use that today. So let me bring that out. I'm going to turn this on in half. Well, I'm going to use a glove for this just because it's going to be greasy, I think. I just don't want to get grease on my hands right now. So this is the bacon fat. I've got the squeegee here, or whatever this is called. So I'm just going to put this bacon on the bottom. And just so you know, contrary to popular belief, fat does not make you fat. And fat actually helps the digestive system. People who don't eat fat, they know it. That would be one clue right there. But, so yeah, we got this in there. Good, nice and good. Okay, let's let that roll. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside here. I'll take care of that later. And sure enough, the glove got fat on it, so I'm glad I had that glove on. Alright, so what I want to do now, I'm going to put this aside for here. I want to roast those potatoes. And for some reason, this does not sit well with me. So what I want to do is, let's do this. In this fat, I don't like that on the bottom, so I'm gonna run this through a sifter. Let me see here. Because I want clean bacon fat. Okay? Okay, we're getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. Okay. And I need that squeegee again. Spatula, I'm sorry, squeegees with the floors. See, that's what happens if you're not born here. You don't know everything. Proper, should I say. It took me a while to understand the word buy. stand by me. I'm gonna buy some stuff. Bye bye. Okay, so we got that. I want to do this again. Man, looks like there's a little bit of fat in here. Okay. All right, good. Need to be quick because this is hot. I want to start with the clean pot. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. All right, and use this paper towel. Boom. Okay, done with that. Now we're gonna put this back in here. It's gonna give us a nice flavor for the soup. Very nice flavor. And I'm gonna use this spatula one more time to get this off, and in here. Okay. All right, so that's that. Right now, I'm gonna cut this down because it's already too hot, and I should have cut some of these beforehand, but now it's too late. So I'll just cut it now quickly. You see? Haste makes waste, is it? What the saying says? Okay. All right. I think we're good. That's what you always got to do if you somehow lose control. Then cut the heat down. It'll calm everybody down, and then you can stay focused on what you have to do. Don't let the heat take control of you. But I like to cut my potatoes small because they're just more fun to eat this way. I have gotten bigger too sometimes, I must admit, but if I have time, if I'm not in a hurry, when I make my soup, I just do this. Make it nice. Make it fun. Okay, so I think this is good. I like it. I wasn't gonna do this originally. Originally I had other plans, and I wasn't gonna do another soup anytime soon. I'll just for YouTube anyway. But then I realized that I liked the last one so much, and I thought to myself I would have liked it even without the meat. So for those of you who don't want to have meat in your soup, but you want to have the meat flavor, that's the way to go. Because that better than the bouillon stuff is amazing. I found it at Costco. I'm sure Publix, Kroger, maybe even Sam's. I don't know. I haven't looked for it at Sam's, but you'll find it if you're looking for it. You'll find it if you like it. So maybe even Amazon has it. Okay. And my garden has yet more tomatoes to be harvested. These cherry tomatoes, man, they're like popping up like flowers everywhere. Okay, so let's see here. Almost done with the potatoes. Opa. Okay. Here, take a peek. See what this looks like right now. And I'm working on it. I'm gonna put more stuff in there. Can't wait to cut this rest of this stuff here. And the celery. And this is our container. The little ice cream bucket goes right back in the garden. When it's full, we recycle. Goes back to Mother Earth. Okay. I just have to tell you this week, since I started making these soups for YouTube, I didn't really eat out a whole bunch. Normally I go for Chinese, and this week, past week should I say, today Sunday, I really haven't gone out. And I'm not really missing it, you know, since I'm eating this wholesome food. I don't feel hungry all the time. And I'm not missing, you know, eating out, because this food that I cook here is good. I discovered a secret with eggs too. My wife is always saying it's hard to peel them, right? She tried different ways to, like when they get boiled, you boil them for 7 minutes and then immediately you put them in a sink with cold water on them, change out the water twice, and still they stick. So by mistake, maybe this is God intervening to show me. By mistake, the other day I dropped a lid on my eggs. I had them on the stove right here. So I dropped the lid on them, and it cracked, 3 of them. I was like, okay, we're gonna boil you, cracked or not. And those 3 cracked eggs, believe it or not, they came out. The peel, the eggshell just fell off of them. I mean, I've never seen anything like that before. So I'll do a video with boiling eggs, just that, because I want to test it again to make sure it's not a fluke. So I'll do that on camera, and we're gonna see what happens. Just give me time. So we'll get that done next, after this video. Since we're doing the pepper, I've already washed these, so I'm just gonna kind of clean out the seeds best I can. And same thing here, we're gonna cut these. This is the fun part when you create, you know? Fun part. And we're cutting these kind of like little squares, so I try to keep them the same size as the potatoes, but it's not always, it's not an exact science, you just cut it, right? Chop them up. Chop them up. I'm loving this. Okay. Now what I'm going to do here, turn off the heat, get my spoon, my wooden spoon. Where'd you go, little buddy? Okay. You got to come along for a stir. Okay. So we turn up the heat. I just want to let these cook a little bit with the bacon fat. Just a couple of minutes, and then we'll see. I think I might just add the water after that. Okay, so that's that. Good. These are kind of slice them in half like this, and then because it's easier to just take a half, you know, and get the seeds out. Comes out nicely too. Same thing here. Take that out. You hear them, right? All right. I like the sound of that a lot. Okay. All right. So, yeah, this would be something I would enjoy doing for a living if I had the opportunity to be in a restaurant where we make soups all day long. And this is kind of the way I envision it, you know. I make the soup and people come and sit around and they watch me make the soup. And you know, every soup, and actually do 4, 5, 6, 7 soups at a time, and people having dibs on those because the pot is not too big. So right, so then you have a limited amount of soups to be served, and then you continue to do that all day long. Small doses. Probably be something popular. Just give people that opportunity to sit, watch you make the soup, maybe communicate with them a little bit, talk, they have questions, interact, be right there in the kitchen watching you cook. That would be kind of cool. What's more fun than eating a soup is to be right there when the soup is being made, right? In the creation process. Alright, so that's done. And you need to come in here for a spin. Let's see. This is just beautiful. And even though this is a non-stick, look at that. They tell you should have something on it, some oil or something. This is just amazing. Okay, moving it along. So we're gonna let that go, just like that. This cucumber is next. I'm just gonna cut the end of that. Okay, so we can put this recycling pot right here. Move that out of the way. I didn't put the tomatoes in just yet, on purpose. Right, so I'm cutting this in half. It's a small piece. And then quarters. Okay. Wow, look at that. Nice. What goes on the floor goes in recycling. Okay. Come on, little buddies. Let me just get that up and then step on it. Okay. Second. All right. Same thing here, quarters. And then I'll just cut it 2 halves next to each other. This is good. Look at that, beautiful cucumber. Man, the smell it gives when I cut it. Amazing. Okay, I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna cut it 6 ways. If I can. Like that. Okay. Ha! I think I got her. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, we're done with that. Now I want you to come in for a stir. As always, this is the fun part, when you get to see it building, growing in volume. So we're kind of stir frying this. I don't know if it's a stir fry, but anyway, sure smells great around here now. Thank you, bacon fat. Okay, moving along. Just gonna cut the cabbage. Now let's keep this here. I tell you, when you cut it small and leave it in the soup and it boils, it's actually good. And I'm sure there's a lot of good stuff in that root, that center stem. That makes the cabbage grow beautifully, right? So I don't think there'll be a reason for it not to have all the vitamins that the cabbage itself has. Just be careful. Cut your hands. I don't want to cut my hand. Okay. Let's see here. This is good. Cabbage, where are you running to? Okay. See how fine that is? That is really fine cut. Okay. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm going to put that in here. This is coming along beautifully. Okay. Let's do that. Let's do that right now. Okay, that was that. Let's keep it going. And oh, you know what? Let me show you a stir, because on the next one I'll just stir it without getting close. So we're gonna put the cabbage in here. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. The show must go on. Next cabbage. By the way, soups are good for your gut, simply because they are liquid, right? And you need that to process. You just get hamburgers all the time. I don't know. I don't see a healthy digestive system if you just get fast food, processed food all the time. Soups are good, especially if you make it yourself. Okay. That's that. We're gonna stir. Oh wow, that smells delicious. Time to put these in. Okay. Come on in for a look. This smells amazing. So I think now it's actually time to bring in some water. So I'm going to stay with the camera right here. Use my coffee cup. And I'm putting hot water. Since everything is hot, it would make sense. We're going to put hot water in here. Okay. All right. And on the cup. And yep, I believe I can take one more cup so it can be hot. Okay, that's that. We're starting to see a soup in the making now. See? A soup in the making. That's gonna be nice. Okay. Next things, or should I say the next step, is to put some of this. I honestly don't know if I can put all of that. I could actually put all of that in there. Let me try and put it all in there. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this to the side. Just do the small one first. Celery sticks, they're good for the body in that sense that it provides fiber. That's what I've been told. They're good for the bones. That. Okay. Now with these big ones, what I'm going to do is just do this little ones. I can just cut it like that, and then there's some ends here that need to be trimmed. So I'm going to trim that, just because we don't want that in the soup. Well, this was the last soup I'll be making in my life. I'll eat everything, but we have choices nowadays. It's not the end of the world, so it's okay to cut off some of this excess, unwanted old stuff. Just, I would feel better if it wasn't in my soup. Okay, just like that. Okay, That, and last one. This one's not too bad, actually. Not too bad at all. Alright, so this is what we're going to do here. All the tiny leaves in the front. They're not going to be that easy to hold, so okay, I can just cut them. You hear that crunchy cut? That's good. You want to hear that. It's still the actual stem still fresh, believe it or not, even though it's been here for a week in the fridge. It stays fresh. I've had some that were kind of flimsy, yeah, and those you have for a while, but still you can use those. I would use those even here in this soup. Once you boil everything gets soft anyway, so yeah. Okay. In there. Okay, yeah, we can put everything in there, but I want you to come close and see the stir once more. My favorite part, combining this goodness together, it's amazing. And remember, some of these veggies, well, I wouldn't say all of them, I think all of them will yield some water on top of what we already put in the soup. Okay, good. I'm gonna cut this one, and then that's it as far as the ingredients. On these big ones, I'm just gonna, for even consumption purposes, I'm gonna cut it, slice it in half before I cut them. I think it'd be easier to put in one's mouth. They're smaller, even if they're cooked, right? Raise your hand if you agree with me. Okay, look at that beauty. All right. Okay, sliced and ready to be diced. See how nice? Okay, I'm getting there. We're getting there. Beautiful cut. Here. The last of the bunch. Yay. None of my soups will have a straight up recipe by the book to be followed. They don't, because every one of them is unique. So that is a certain guarantee. Okay, stir these. Okay. Okay. All right. Coming out beautifully. I can smell all the veggies in it. I hope you are planning to do something nice this Sunday here. with your family. If you're by yourself, find something fun to do. The weather's nice here where I live. Hope you have some nice weather to enjoy as well. Okay. All right, buddy. You come over here. Okay. Oh, I forgot to show you. Cutting them small. All right. That concludes our cutting for this soup. One more time, let me bring you close for this stirring ceremony. Look how beautiful it looks. It's amazing. By the way, it's not that easy to film and do this at the same time, but I think you ought to get the full experience and see how it comes together. And it's already boiling nicely. Okay, now I'm gonna leave this camera here. Let's see if I can get it closer to doing it. Put things in next. Let's see. Okay. Like that. Okay. Okay, good right here. So that's boiling right now. So what I want to do is bring in a little more hot water so I can mix in these better than bouillon paste for my flavor. Let me see if I can bring. Yeah, I think I got another cup in there. Okay. That's that. We're gonna mix that in. Wow. Smelling good. I want to see if I can switch the angle here. 1 second. Okay. So now you should be seeing it from above almost. And you should be seeing me mixing it. Alright, so we're going to put the chipotle flavor in there. Smoky chipotle. I'm going to take about a spoonful. Okay. Mixing it in there. That's that. Alright, and better than bouillon beef base. I'm using the same spoon. Same thing, another big spoon of that. Now I'm going to do a little bit more. Okay. done with these two. I'm gonna put them in the fridge. All right, next I'm gonna use the spoon to make sure that it's well in there, well mixed. Smell wise, it's improving. Not that it was before, you could smell the vegetables, but as vegetables start to get, you know, cooking, they start to smell a little different. So that's that on that one. Let's put the spoon over here. We want that close by. And now I'm going to do the same as before. Let's come with organic no salt seasoning. About like that. Mix that in there. That thing fell off. I'm not going to let that go to waste. Okay. Next, I'm going to put in the salt. And since I'm not using anything salty in here, I'm going to do, I'll just do half. I'm going to start with half. If that's not good, I'll add more. You can always add. It's hard to take away from this. Once you put it in there, it's done. It's a done deal. See that? It's coming on nicely. And last but not least, we're going to put some pepper in there. Last time, I think I put just a hair too long. Too much. Excuse me. So I'm going to do this much. Not a teaspoon full. I'm going to mix that in there. Mix it good. Okay. And just in a little tad here, I'm going to put some more water. Give that water a minute to warm up. Okay. Let me change the angle on this. That's just a beautiful boil, if you ask me. Beautiful boil. So this is the vegetable soup with beef flavor. So as soon as I add, excuse me, as soon as I add the water, I'm going to cover it and let it boil for 15 minutes and then turn down the heat. Okay, there we go. Okay, that kind of completes my process today with the soup. So I'll mix it one more time. It smells really good. Really, really good. Too soon to tell, but I think it has enough salt. So far I'm tasting a tomatoey flavor and celery. They're very strong. If it wasn't my soup, I would do something else with tasting, but I'm gonna be the only one eating this soup right now, so it's all good. Yay! So with that in mind, I'm gonna do this right here. We'll leave it like that for 15 minutes, and once that's come about, I'm gonna turn down the heat and let it boil another 45 minutes. And then let it cool off before I partake. But by then I'll be ready, be hungry, ready to have soup. Thank you for watching. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for helping me grow this channel. And for all of you that are trying to make these soups, I hope it's helping you out. And as always, I say, let this be a building block. You don't have to make it exactly like I do, but you can if you want to. All right. I'm going to pause this until we do the tasting, and then we'll wrap it up. It's been fun. Thank you for watching.